Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Eventy XO coming to you with another video. And today I'm going to be comparing two colorful palettes on a brown skin, chocolate skin girl, which is me. Me, of course. The first palette is the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And the other palette is the Morphe 35B palette. Leave a comment down below to tell me which side you think is Morphe and which side do you think is BH Cosmetics. Alright, so these are the two palettes. There's an obvious size difference between these two palettes, but they do have very similar colors. So first off, the cost. The BH Cosmetics palette goes for $16.99, and the Morphe 35B palette goes for $23.99. So already there's a difference right there. What is it? $6 difference between the two. Shipping. Shipping is a big deal for me. The BH Cosmetics palette actually took longer to get to me than the Morphe palette. The BH Cosmetics palette got to me in 2 weeks after I ordered it, which is a lot. The Morphe palette only took, like what, I want to say 3 to 4 days to get to me, and that was freaking fast. Like I ordered it and then the next day I got my shipping confirmation. Another thing, the number of colors you get in the palette. They both have 35 pressed pigments, so that's good. The ounces though are a bit different. For the BH Cosmetic one, for each pan you get 1.23 ounces. And then for the Morphe 35B palette, you get 1.98 ounces per pan. You are getting per pan 48 cents for the BH Cosmetics palette. For the Morphe palette, you're paying 67 cents per pan. Approximately 43.05 ounces in the BH Cosmetics palette. And then for the Morphe 35B palette, you're getting approximately 69.3 ounces of product. The difference is going to end up being 26.25 more product inside of the Morphe 35B palette. Alright, so I swatched both of them and now I'm going to put up the pictures so that you can compare. I noticed that the Morphe palette has way more pigmentation when it comes to majority of their colors, and a lot of their colors are not that chalky. Like they're not chalky at all. That's what I look for in a palette that's not chalky when it comes to their mattes. But I also noticed that their blue colors, besides the shimmers, their blue matte colors aren't as pigmented as the BH Cosmetics blues. They're super pigmented, like super pigmented, and they actually show up compared to the Morphe palette. The Morphe palette, the blues are all okay, but in the BH Cosmetics palette, they are A1. So yeah, the greens and the yellows in the BH Cosmetics palette does not show up, like barely. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of trouble with those colors. They're also very patchy and chalky. So yeah, but their shimmers, which I tend to not use that much shimmer, but their shimmers are really nice, or their metallics, really nice, really pigmented. So now it's time to test it out on my eyes. First, we're gonna pick a transitioning color. I'm gonna go in with this pink color right here for the BH Cosmetics side. I'm gonna take this pink color right here for the Morphe side. So I'm gonna take this red right here. I'm gonna take this red right here. So I'm gonna take this dark blue right here. And we're gonna use this color in the Morphe palette. I'm gonna cut my crease, and the way I cut my crease, instead of packing on more concealer, because I already used concealer to prime my lid, I'm gonna take my Forever 21 primer, eyeshadow primer, and I'm gonna use that to cut my crease. I'm gonna use this light pink. It's like, you can't even see it, but it's super light and it's very creamy. It feels creamy. And I'm gonna use my fingers for this. I'm gonna use this shimmery pink. You can't even see it, and it feels creamy as well. Oh, and then I'm gonna take the same pink color we used. I'm gonna take that same pink color, and then I'm gonna put it in between the blue and the shimmery pink. I'm gonna do the same on this side, the other side. Alright, so that's both sides. And I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup and I'm gonna come back to you guys, okay? Alright, so I finished putting on my makeup. So this is my face makeup. And I also did the bottom lash line. Thoughts on the eyeshadows themselves. I think both sides are beautiful. Like, besides the white line that I messed up on, I feel like both palettes perform really well, especially for the price you're paying. Even with each palette, they have specific colors and textures that work better than the other. So like the shimmery blending into the matte, it did really well compared to this side. This side, it was a bit harder to blend my shimmer color with my matte. But when it comes to mattes and mattes blending wise, this side is harder compared to this side. The reason why I say this is because I've used the Take Me Back to Brazil palette a couple of times. When it comes to blending like rich matte colors together on the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, it is a lot harder and it comes out patchy, and it also leaves little splotches of color and missed color. It's like I didn't even put anything on my eyes after a while. When it comes to color payoff, they both have a lot of color. As you saw in my swatches, some of the colors aren't gonna show up, especially a lot of them in the BH Cosmetics palette. You have to pack them on. But you have to pack on for the Morphe palette too. But it's a lot harder from the BH Cosmetics palette. If you're deciding whether or not to buy a palette, they're both really good, you know? But I would choose Morphe. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like what you saw. Also leave in the comments below if you would rather the Morphe palette or the BH Cosmetics palette, even though I'm team Morphe all the way when it comes to these two palettes. Also hit the subscribe button. It's either going to be on this side or this side. I'm not sure which side it's going to be on. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye! Mwah.